All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We want to give our praises, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakabodash.
We want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect, you brothers that teach this truth in truth and sincerity, that's following the true doctrine of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, that we learned from men, which are the apostles of Great Millstone. And us brothers, we were just breaking bread, and we came across something on World Style Hip Hop. And I'm going to get into it. It says Walmart announces the end of all handgun and ammunition sales in the wake of recent shootings in its stores. So all these different shootings, whether they be real or false flag attacks, what is the government prepping for? They're prepping for martial law. And what do they want to do? They want to take away your guns. All right? Ever since from Obama to Donald Trump, gun sales been at an all-time high. Shootings have been at an all-time high. So they're using these different situations to what? Disarm the people. Regardless if it's your Second Amendment right, it doesn't matter. Because once martial law is enforced, the government is taking control. Right? So I'm going to just read this paragraph, if y'all got it. So it says, CEO Doug McMullen says Walmart will end all sales of handguns in Alaska and discontinue the sale of short barrel rifles and handgun ammunition nationwide. The company also announced that it will begin discouraging customers from openly carrying firearms into its stores in states with open carry laws. You appreciate?
Yeah, I got some. This is 2 Ezra 15, verse 15. It says, "For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands." The modern day sword is your gun. Pretty much any killing instrument, but mainly the gun, because that's what people use today. In the ancient world, we would use swords and spears, arrows, but nowadays you got rifles, handguns, shotguns, and different type of, rifles and shit like that. It said, one people shall stand to fight against another and swords in their hands. So it's biblical prophecy that there's going to be race wars and civil wars here in America and all over the world. Look at China right now. Look at Hong Kong. Look at Italy and Paris. Look at South Africa. All over the earth, man. You got protesters, uproars of the people. These are the signs of the time that we at the end of Esau's rule, which is the so-called white man. He knows that he's about to lose his kingdom. All right, he's not going to go down without a fight. But he pretty much wants to make everyone else defenseless, so it's an easier battle for him. Because he's a punk, he's a bitch.
That's right.
He's taking away people's guns so they don't have a fighting chance against his martial law and his new world order. But it's prophecy that these things will happen. You can't get everybody's guns. Right. All right, you might take away certain people's guns. You might limit, ammunition, but you're not going to be able to take everybody's guns. All right, when they start bringing in the chip and these different things that they have part of their new world order, you're going to have Edomites that are going to rebel against that. You're going to have Israelites that are going to rebel against that. All right, and this is what the scriptures are speaking on. One more verse. "For there shall be sedition among men." And sedition is what? Uprising against the government. The citizens uprising against the government. Because every time you see a mass school shooting or mass shooting in general now, the people already know. You see all over YouTube, the conspiracists, that's what they would call them. The whistleblowers. They know this is set up, man. This is a fucking government false flag. They're just doing this to take away our guns. Everyone's already onto it, man. But now it said they're going to be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So people are not going to give a damn what the government has to say, man. All right, they're not going to go to Walmart no more because Walmart's not selling bullets. Now where they're going to go? To other gun shops. And eventually it is going to go all the way around to where they're going to completely ban, guns. They're going to take away that, is it the Second Amendment? The Second Amendment right, to bear arms. They are going to strip the citizens of that. But it's going to be too late because people are already getting prepared for this race war. People are already getting prepared for the civil unrest, man. And it's going to happen because it's in the scriptures.
That's right. Yeah, I'll make a quick point. Because all this is done by design because the CIA, what do? They put drugs into mainly our communities, but they put drugs all throughout America. They put guns in America. Yeah. So they did that by design. So when they're ready to enforce martial law, they could be like, oh, you see, it's their problem. Yep. Nobody's not going to root a problem. Where are these people in the streets getting these guns from?
Right.
Where they getting these drugs from? It's the CIA that's supplying them with this. But the point of the matter is, whether it's a false flag, because you got alternative media sites that be like, oh, it's a false flag or this is fake. But even if it's fake, it's the bigger picture. What is this leading to?
Exactly.
So that's what the CIA is doing. So they did that so they can enforce martial law when the time comes, and that's what's getting ready to happen.
This is Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. And that devil was the so-called white man, all right? The rulership of this earth is given to the wicked, all right? The Esau, the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? He come down with great wrath, but I'm going to continue on. Because it says, because he knows that he had but a short time. He know he got a short time. He know his rulership is almost up through the spirit. So he's going to take all the tricks out the bag, so to speak, all right? And then in this way, what brothers is going into is what? It's order ad chaos, all right? Order out of chaos, all right? Esau is the one that's putting the drugs in the neighborhood, like the brother said. He's putting the drugs and the guns in the neighborhood, all right? He got Jake killing each other off, you know? They promote violence to our people, and Jake run with it, all right? And then they lock him up, and now they want to take away their only defenses, which is their guns and they ammunition. But like the brother was saying, at the end of the day, that's just Walmart, all right? Jake still got guns. It showed you that in the Purge, all right? Jake still got guns, and Jake gonna act. They ain't gonna regard the princes in his last days, all right? Because the Lord gonna have it to where this is the final scene of the movie, so it's gonna be all out chaos out here, you know? That was it.
I got something real quick. Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6, and it says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." And this is what we going into through the Spirit of the Lord, man. All right, uproars of the people, man. You know, so they bringing in, these like the CIA, the brother mentioned. You know, they're gonna come and take these guns away from you people out here that, you know, can openly carry. You know, like Florida, Texas. Yeah. You know, all these, you know, states that where you can just carry your shit. You just, right, anybody coming, yeah, exactly. You know, coming up on your lawn, you just blow them away. You're gonna be defenseless in that day, man. But like the brother said, you're gonna have people that's gonna basically buck up, man, and they're gonna go to war with you people, man. You know, all you martial law troops. All right. Once this is set up, man, it's over for this place, man. You know, because what's gonna come to pass? That chip. Okay. That has to come to pass, man. You know. So uproars of the people is all over the world, man. All right. Everything is gonna get hectic out here, man. You know, but we understand these things. We're not supposed to be troubled. All right, because what the scriptures say that at least Satan get advantage of us.
Yeah, for we're not ignorant.
You're not ignorant, man. We know what's up. Because to be ignorant is what you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? So all these people are oblivious to what the fuck is about to happen on this earth, man. And we're set up through the Spirit of Papa Yahweh Shai, start with our apostles, man, to tell you these things, man. And this is what he told his elect, all right? Because that was written in red letter, man. That these things is going to come to pass when he was on the scene, man. You know? So we seen these same things that the Lord mentioned to us 2,000 years ago, man. All right?
And then even in the scriptures with Psalm 64 and 8, it says that he shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
Right.
Like the brother mentioned, the alternate media, you got AMTV, the Call for an Uprising, Ricky from Boston. These guys make a lot of videos about the gun control. They bring out a lot of information about it. But at the end of the day, it's only to the benefit of the truth. It just shows you how real the scriptures really are, man. I got something real quick.
I can make a quick point because brother made a good point. He was talking about the Second Amendment rights because why was that even established in the first place? When your government becomes a tyrant, the people could be able to rebel against them.
Right.
So now, what is the government doing? They're getting ready to take away the guns. So what are they about to do? They're about to cast these people into FEMA camps. They get ready to enforce martial law. It's getting ready to be a global economic collapse. It's getting ready to be a stock market crash. The dollar's getting ready to collapse. Yep. It's getting ready to be mass civil unrest all across America. Yep. This is what they're prepping for, and this is what Donald Trump wants. Because what did Donald Trump's political campaign say? for 2020 that he wants a global recession.
Yeah.
And that's what they've been showing in the news, that we're months away or days away from a recession.
Yeah.
And that's what's getting ready to happen. That's why before World War I, before World War II, what did you always have? Trade wars.
Yeah.
And that's what's
Trade
going
wars
on.
into war wars.
Trade wars into war wars, you know?
Yeah, because he's doing the agenda of what they call the shadow government or the elites, you know, the ones that rule higher ups. Because, you know, the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, they're not going to put their face out on the line and say, this is what we want.
Yeah.
You know, they cowards, them Edomites, some old-ass, decrepit, on the verge of death Edomites. Like David Rockefeller, he didn't live to see the New World Order. He did all that work, and he didn't even live to see it.
Yeah.
And now these other crackers, you know, they want to see it. They want to actually see their plans come into effect. But it's going to happen to a certain, you know, level, because it said that in Job 20. You know, in the fullness of their sufficiency, they shall be in straits. But it's not going to be fully implemented. Like the scriptures say, man, they're going to be in straits. Meaning what? When they're trying to implement the chip, you're going to have people that's going to know through the spirit, because the apostles and elders of Great Millstone brought it out, that the chip is a mark of the beast. They're not going to take it. I got one scripture real quick. This is Isaiah 19:2. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor. That's civil war. And that already happened in America once, so how is it too hard to believe that it won't happen again? You already had a civil war in America that led to how many thousands or millions of casualties?
Yep.
You know, the great civil war in America. You're going to have another civil war.
Yep.
The Egyptians represent the modern day Americans, because this is spiritual Egypt, Revelation 11 and 8. So the Egyptian, the Most High is going to set the Edomites against the Edomites, meaning the regular, everyday Joe Schmo, six-pack Edomite against the elites and their agenda. Because they're not, you got Edomites that really got deceived by the Constitution and the whole establishment of America, even though that was all just a psyop for the New World Order. America, no, so like, go ahead.
The lower level Edomites, they really believe in like the America and the Constitution and all that.
Yeah, the American
the high ups, they ready to just wipe this place out.
Yeah, it was set up for a reason.
Yeah, and they know through the spirit that it's going to be a heavy resistance. They know that.
Yeah.
That's why why do you think they doing that? No more gun sales? Exactly. Think about it. Order out of chaos. They causing these forced shootings to, and then you use their media, which is a part of their sword. Yeah. You know?
They wet their tongue.
And to implement their laws, and then now they gonna, you know.
Yeah,
that's why they fleeing too.
They bring their agenda,
that's why they fleeing out of America.
Yeah.
They going out there to
Europe.
Yeah. You know?
Oh, and another thing they doing too, you got devils like Warren Buffett, certain of these high up devils that's liquidizing all their assets. They liquidizing it.
Yeah,
they basically stirring it. You know it's about to hit, so they want whatever they could rack up. Like, the stock market, they know it's gonna crash. So, whatever I can get all my money back. Whatever I can store up for me. Scripture say they heap the treasures for the last days.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And they gonna vomit it back up.
Yeah, exactly. Through the spirit.
The Lord gonna make you spit that shit back up, man. Yeah. Everything you stole. You know?
You regular Edomites too. You're not gonna, even though you're gonna fight against, you know, your own elites, you're not gonna win. That's the whole crazy part. You're just gonna get mowed down by your own people. You know, you're gonna get mowed down by the same Egyptians that are ruling over you today. Because that's what I was saying. They got deceived by their own people. They actually believe in the American dream. They actually believe that this was set up to go on forever. But the elites, when they set up America, it was never intended to last. When they set up the U.S. dollar, that was never a forever thing. That was just a stepping stone to what they ultimately wanted to accomplish. This was just a big-ass experiment. And now they already got their results. They got
it's all set in stone.
Yeah, they already got what they wanted, so now they ready to shut it down. But you got Edomites that really fell for the okie doke. Regular Edomites, they really believe that this is moral, that America is moral, everyone should have their rights and freedom of speech and freedom, whatever. But all of that shit is about to go out the window, man, because Yahweh Shai's kingdom is about to be established. There's not going to be no freedom of speech in the kingdom, freedom to bear arms in the kingdom. So it's already starting right now. You can see it's really Yahweh Shai that's really shutting all of this shit down, using the elites to do it. I'm going to read a little bit more. It says, everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. So that's what's about to come, man. Civil unrest, civil war, race wars, and ultimately Esau's a whole kingdom collapsing. Because it said, if one kingdom, you know, Yahweh Shai said it, if it be divided against itself, it shall not stand. So if we read in this in Isaiah 19, it says, the Egyptian shall fight against the Egyptian. That's showing you that this is a kingdom that's ready to fall.
And this is spiritual Egypt.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's how you know this place is done. it's divided against itself. You got the Democrats and Republicans. They can't agree. Socialists versus what's some other people, whatever them titles. You know, they got all these different names and shit. But it's all divided amongst each other. Trump wants this. Hillary Clinton wants that.
Yeah.
Joe Biden wants this. You know.
Yeah.
That's Isaiah 19.
Yeah, Isaiah
And what?
19 and 2.
Oh, that's the spirit. Can I finish that real quick?
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 19 and 17.
Mhm.
And it says, "In the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt." See, that's the spirit. 'Cause at the end of the day, they know, deep down inside, they know they don't want Jake with them guns, man. That's why in New York City alone, you get 3.5 years if you got a legal handgun.
Mhm.
You know, and I don't think you can't even get a legal gun in the NYC.
It's hard.
You got 2/3 of Jake they got guns out here. They're gonna bear their arms and they're gonna come at these regular Edomites. They're gonna be out here wilding. And Esau's scared. He's a scared devil, you know?
You got niggas like in Chicago with the rocket launchers.
Yeah, rocket launchers.
He got all type of shit, man.
Yeah,
So
you
they
go-
gonna get crazy out here.
Yeah,
man.
Jacob be crazy out here. So in the midst of all that, it says in the land of Judah, Judah represents the Negroes in America, the tribe of Judah, shall be a terror unto Egypt, all right? And then, you know, Judah is the head tribe, so once Judah,
Get roused up.
yeah, all the other tribes are going to rouse up.
Right.
So it's all about, it's really trying to dumb down the Israelites at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, quick preaching.
Go ahead.
This is for you, bro. This is Micah 5 and 7. It says, "And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people, as they do from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass, that teareth not for man, nor waiteth for the sons of men."
See how the Lord got this movie all played out? Because the remnant is talking about the elect. It says the remnant of Jacob. Read that again?
Yeah, but really, that's talking about because you're going to have these 2/3 in the
Oh, yeah,
midst of
Yeah,
Jacob's
yeah.
trouble.
Come,
So
yeah.
Jacob's going to be getting busy out here. You got
Yeah.
gentrification going on here. You got these Edomites
Edomites moving in. Yeah.
moving into our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Jacob's going to go in their
Come.
apartments and take their shit.
That's right.
And that goes into that in 2 Ezra 15 and 19
Yep, spoiling them. Yep.
because of the great famine. Verse 8, it says, "And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people."
Yeah, because Israel is scattered too. Remember,
Yeah.
Israel is scattered all over.
Yeah, come.
And especially in America, this is one of the most segregated countries in the world. You can go 5 blocks down and go into an old Edomite town, and then go another couple of blocks and just nothing but Jake.
Yeah,
You know,
I
hand
seen
sagging
it. The
and
Lord
shit.
got it set up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
the Lord that have Amalekites, so-called Jews, on this side of the block, and then you got a bunch of Judah on right there in the projects, right across the street.
Across the street.
In the
Yeah.
midst of the
Yeah.
Gentiles.
Yeah, in the midst of the Gentiles.
Right
Come,
there.
come. Yeah.
It says, "As a lion among the beasts of the forest,
Yep.
as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver."
No, that's like a war
Yeah,
tactic too.
yeah.
When you really think about it,
Yeah,
you
it
really
is.
think about it. The
It's
Most High is a
strategic.
man of war,
Yeah.
and he got Israel like sleeper cells right now. They
Yeah.
sleeping, they niggas. You know, they got their pants sagging.
Yep.
Everybody, they don't really look at them as a threat.
Mm.
But once shit actually pops off, and Jake is in that survival
They're
spirit,
gonna band
they're
together.
gonna overpower everybody.
Mm.
You think you're gonna see a Moabite, a fucking Moabite in Chinatown beat up a Jake from the hood? Hell no, man. They're gonna destroy that dude, man.
That's when Jake don't got no resources.
Exactly.
They hungry. Yeah.
It's gonna be every man for himself, and that's how the Most High set it up, man. He scattered Israel all over the place. He got the elect, but then he got the 2/3 too
Yeah.
that he's gonna rouse up. And
Yeah.
that's really a war tactic. Esau would call that like a sleeper cell.
Right.
Somebody that you just got in the midst. They like an agent. They just there. You know what I'm saying? They
Watching
blending in.
everything.
Yeah, they not. You know. But then when everything pops off, then I'm on this side though.
Yeah.
And that's how it's really gonna be, man. And all you niggas that don't get down like that, you just gonna get destroyed.
Yeah.
Because it says in Proverbs 11 and 21, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. And Isaiah 13 to tell you about that. Those that are be joined onto them shall be thrust through with
By
the
the
sword.
Yeah.
So you niggas that don't get down with it, don't understand that you have enemies and these other nations aren't your friends, when the shit actually pops off and you still thinking Esau is your buddy, you just gonna get destroyed. They might eat you. That's what really might happen to you. You might just get ate by some cannibals or some shit.
Yep.
But those are the Jakes that's, someone in the right spirit that they see what's going on. Fuck these crackers. We need to stick together. Like how they got the black and brown pride thing going on or whatever in Cali. They got the Latinos and the so-called Negroes getting together. That's biblical.
Yeah.
It's not fully all the way Ezekiel 37, with the breath. But that's, the bones and the sinews coming back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We the same people. And in that day, can you get that real quick in Zechariah 9? I think it is.
Okay.
You got it? That's
Yes,
good.
Zechariah 9 and I'll start at 12.
Yeah, 12. Yep.
And it says, "Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece."
Yeah, man, that's what the Most High is doing. What he's saying, he filled up the bow. Read that part again. I said the bow with Judah.
Yeah, it says, "When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim."
Yeah, like a bow and arrow. He's saying he bent Judah, meaning Judah is like the bow, and Ephraim is like the arrow. So he's saying he put Ephraim in the arrow. He basically put the tribes together, and he's raising them up.
Ezekiel 37.
That's right.
That two sticks becoming one.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And that's happening on a low level, even amongst the 2/3.
Yeah.
And what you think they're gonna do? The brother just read it in Micah the 5th chapter. The remnant of Jacob is gonna be like a wild lion in the midst of the Gentiles, man, which teareth in pieces, and none can deliver.
But the Most High so bad because it's happening on a level with the elect, the house of David. Yeah. That's what I was thinking about. You know what I mean?
It's
the house
on
of
a higher
David.
level,
Remember when he said in Jeremiah 16, I'm sending
turning
forth
the
fishes, and then the fishes gonna be turning to hunters.
Yeah.
So the elect gonna be out here getting busy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got the 2/3 gonna be getting busy.
Yep.
You got the elect gonna really get busy.
Because remember, Israel is the Most High's battle axe regardless.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether they're going off or not, the Most High is still always dealing with Israel.
Yep.
Even though they're going to be destroyed, the
Yeah.
Most High might just use them for a portion
Yeah.
to, fuck Esau up and then destroy him in the missiles. But they still his people, though. Esau, you're not the Most High's people. You Moabites, you're not the Most High's people. So when all's said and done, when the Most High really starts showing his wrath, he's going to use his people to do it.
That's right.
Finish reading that, bro?
And it says, "And raise up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece."
Yeah, the sons of Zion, the whole tribe, all the tribes of Israel is going to be risen up, even Issachar. Because you see how they're getting oppressed by Donald Trump and the whole ICE movement and all that shit. What you think they're going to start doing, man? They're going to start killing these crackers on the border, man. They're going to start fighting their way. But they really believe that their only chance at survival is to come to America. They see what's going on in their country. You know, they really believe that. It's not true, but they're in a delusion. And somebody like that, you don't know what the hell they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? They're painting a picture like, oh, these are rapists. But at the end of the day, the Most High is going to put the spirit on them to fuck you up, man. And it's going to be in righteousness. It's going to be according to your judgment. It said that to raise up thy sons, O Zion, against the sons of Greece.
Yeah, O Greece.
Yeah, when you read Joel the 3rd chapter, what did the Grecians do onto the Israelites, man? They fucked us up, man. They completely destroyed us as a nation.
Right.
So now Israel is going to get at least, something on this side. They're going to get at least a little bit of payback.
That's right.
Even though they're the 2/3. Again, they still the Most High's people. He's never going to forsake Israel. There's more there.
Yeah, I'm about to say, hey, they got it in 2/3 gonna come back, and they still gonna get these crackers, man. Get all these nations.
Yeah. They're gonna be pissed too.
We gonna be righteous in the kingdom, but that's what has to go down.
Yeah, but I'll make a quick point real quick because what's the spirit of America? We all human. We all the same.
We all one.
Ignore your culture, ignore your heritage. We all one. We all American. But when that time comes, when martial law comes, everybody's going to be with their people. It tells you that in Isaiah 13th chapter. And that's what it means to be racist, to be for your people.
Yep.
That's what's going to happen. That spirit is going to disappear.
I got something for you real quick. This is
a little more.
Okay, finish that. Yeah.
And it says, "And made thee as the sword of a mighty man."
Ooh. So the Most High is going to make Israel as a sword of a mighty man, not just a regular sword. A sword of a mighty man. That's like a sword of King David. Killing tens of thousands. A sword of Samson. He killed how many people with a jawbone of an ass?
1,000.
The Most High said he's going to make Israel like the sword of a mighty man. That means a man that knows how to wield the sword. It's not just a sword.
Right.
It's a sword that got experience behind it. Meaning it's going to do much damage. Israel's going to put in work on these heathens, man. Like I said, in my mind, I can't see no regular Moabite from Chinatown beating up Jake. Even the smallest of Jake in the hood. I can't even see that in my head.
Yep.
I see a little Jake just rocking shit, beating him up, world stars on YouTube.
Remember the little Jakes with the cookies?
Yeah, they was ready to set it on them crackers, yo.
He punched that bitch in the face. And punched her husband in the face. Yeah, we was on in the city.
We was on Hobson. Yeah.
They came through. They was with us. We was all
They was running down on them like, yo, we got candy. It was like, yo, we don't got no money. They said, what the fuck?
You don't got no money.
Yeah, they was ready. They was ready. The young lions.
Yep. And the Jake just took his shirt off and just punched that bitch in the face. And punched her husband in the face. And they ran him up the street. And then after that, they just came with us. Like, yo, y'all want him?
Yeah, that was a heavy testimony.
Yeah.
They was trying to give us free stuff.
Free
They was like, yo, you want some Oreos?
Yeah.
We good, bro. You know, nah, take it.
Yeah.
He was trying to give it to us, bro. Like, nah, take it.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I'm not gonna charge it. It was a whole box of Oreos, bro. He was trying to give it to us.
Yeah.
But for the crackers, they was trying to get them. Like, yo, buy some of this shit. Basically, they was like forcing it on them. Like, yo, buy one of these shits.
And what happened? They ended up fucking them up. You know what I'm saying? And they dapped it up with us.
Yeah, break that up.
Yeah. You done?
Yeah.
This is over going into the heathen. This is Obadiah 1:15. It says, for the day of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done. And who's the heathen? Everybody that's outside of the nation of Israel, right? The nation of Israel consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? All right? I'm going to keep going. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. What's the scripture that said, it was nothing like that was done unto the nation of Israel? Slavery, you know, hardcore slavery, the things that you've done, you know, taxing us, you know, we catching hell. That's what's going to come upon you other nations. Double unto them, chiefly the so-called white man, which is the Edomites that the Bible speaks of, all right? It says, upon all the heathen, that's saying all you heathens going into slavery, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, and the holy mountain is the nation of Israel, right? And that cup of slavery, you drunk upon the holy mountain. Yep. You had it as a spoil, all right?
That's why Jeremiah 30 it says you're gonna be spoiled.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
payback
is gonna come back unto you, man.
Exactly. Yeah.
Double, man.
Double. It says, so shall all the heathen drink continually. That's 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, all right? That's a long period of time. Drink continually. The same way we had to drink of that cup, you know? And it says, they shall drink it, they shall swallow it down, and they shall be as though they had not been, all right? You're going to be in a dead state, like how we in a dead state. It said, you ain't going to rise again to that 1,000 years. So that 1,000 years is fulfilled, all right?
That's the 20th chapter of Revelation.
Yep. And it said, verse 17, upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions, all right? You know?
So everything that y'all got, it's going to come back to us.
That's right.
Even you nations.
That's right.
It's ours anyways, though.
It's ours
anyways. It doesn't even belong to them.
Yep.
They stole it.
Everything was made for our sake. The earth and everything in it.
Yep.
You know?
Last verse. It said, verse 18, it says, in the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame.
And that's the tribes coming back together.
That's the tribes coming back together.
Judah, we read that in
that's why I bring that up,
And then Ezekiel 37.
That's the tribes, the tribes coming back together. It says, the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it. So you at the end of the day, Edomites is going to be done away with after 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, all right? It's going to be no use for you on the earth, because you was here to show us what the Lord said in the Proverbs 16:4. He created the wicked, even also for the day of evil, you know? So you showed us what evil is about. And when the kingdom of heaven is established, which is on earth, we ain't going to have no use for you after 1,000 years. After you get recompensed for the things you've done, you're going to set up that bonfire and do away with you. There should not be any remainder of the house of Esau. House represents family, if I'm not mistaken. The seed going to be cut off. You know?
Because it also says in Psalm 17 and 13 that the Most High sword is the many, you know, the wicked men, which are the Edomites.
Yeah.
If we're not going off, the Most High doesn't need a sword.
Yeah.
He don't need chasten us. So we know we're going to be under the new covenant. We're going to be all righteous. All Israel shall be righteous. So why are we going to need correction? You know, from Esau. That means his whole purpose of why he was even created is no use no more, like the brother was saying.
Yeah, that's what the Lord in Isaiah 2 say they're going to turn their swords into the plowshares.
Learn more no more.
Learn no more. So what we need Esau for?
Right.
And then also saying in Obadiah that we're going to possess They lands.
Yep.
Yep.
They of the south. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
so
that's the South.
yeah, the land of Edom, then
Yeah.
that's gonna be ours, man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not even gonna be the land of Edom no more.
Yeah.
We're
You
gonna
know, to
take
change the
that shit
name,
over.
yeah.
Because Edom is not going to be a nation. It's not
Yeah.
even going to be in remembrance. It says that in the scriptures.
Yeah, come on.
After a portion of time,
Yeah.
whether it's 1,000, a couple thousand years,
Yeah,
that name, even in itself, is going to be like, wait, who? Edom?
You
Like,
gotta, you gotta go to the archives.
Yeah, let me show you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to go back in time. You know, especially the other nations, they're going to be so happy that
Yeah.
Esau doesn't exist. They're not going to want to hear that name either. Because they being oppressed heavy right now by it. Esau got the whole world oppressed.
Yeah.
You know, that's why he's going to be taken out.
That's right.
I got a scripture. You quoted for this earlier. This is 2nd Ezra 6. I'm going to start at 7. It says, Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Yeah, because that was symbolic. What was that talking about? When Jacob hold on Esau's heel, that was represent what? That Esau was the end of the world. That right after Esau goes down, who's going to be next to rule? Jacob. Beginning with the elect, really beginning with Yahushua. Because we're going to be joint heirs with Yahushua in this kingdom, the elect men of the nation of Israel, which is coming out of the seed line of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. You make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. And according to Romans 8 and 17, if you repent and you believe and you endure unto the end, and you don't take the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip implant, and you glorify the Lord, what's going to happen? You're going to be joint heirs in Yahushua's kingdom. So you're going to get immortality. This is a reward for what we're doing. You know, we wasn't just born, you know, just to get our ass kicked, to be called niggas,
Right.
you know, to go into slavery. Our woman just fucked up because of Esau.
Yeah.
All right? This is a reward for everything that we're doing. We're going to get immortality. We're going to be incorruptible. We're going to have the law, statutes, and commandments programmed in us. We're going to have a world of righteousness. You're not going to have to see the animals suffer no more, the planet Earth suffering, all these different sinkholes, plastic in the ocean. The ecosystems is going to be rebuilt in the kingdom of heaven. This is part of the reward. This is what we're fighting for. That's what that's representing. All right? Jacob holding Esau's heel is represent what? The kingdom of heaven.
And if you don't want that, something wrong with you. You're
Yeah.
a damn demon. Everything that we're saying is positive. You know, the earth being replenished, the animals, you know, all of this is good. If you don't like what we're saying, there's something fucking wrong with you, man.
Yeah. Why would you want to stop teaching? You're not tired of waking up, going to your job.
Right.
You know, you got certain brothers, you probably can't even see your kid because your woman is a damn demon. You're probably dealing with the court system. You're not tired of that. You're not sick of seeing your people in the condition that they're in. This is why we glorify Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to the best of the abilities that He's given us.
That's right.
So we can get that reward, or when we endure unto the end.
It says, verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
So all these different things that you see happening across the world, the different tensions between America and the enemy, nations, what is that representing? That's representing that Esau is going down. All right? The fact that America is getting ready to go through a stock market crash, a global economic collapse, the dollar is being devalued by these different countries. What does that let you know? That Esau is going down. They're afraid. The elites of this society, the Rothschilds, the central bankers, they're getting old. All right? They're old. They're dying. They're dropping one by one. So now it's time for the devil to come down with great wrath. That's why you've seen all these 5G towers. This is what they're getting ready for. This is why they're taking away you people's guns. Because they know that they're getting old. Now it's time to establish this new order. Yeah. Because Esau, what does he do? He puts a date on everything. 2030 agenda. 2030, we're going to be done. Because what's his inward thought? In Psalm 49. Yeah, exactly. So you're not going to make it to 2030, Lord willing. All right? And us, the hopeful elect, we hasten for Yahushua to come back. Yahushua is who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Because things don't go according to when Esau, the seed line of you so-called white people, the earth doesn't revolve around you. The earth revolves around Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushua.
That's right.
Yahweh sanctions everything on the planet Earth to happen.
That's right.
And everything is according to His will.
It's beautiful that you said that real quick. Yeah, man. if you look at it through the spirit, Akim, we in a beautiful position right now. Like you was talking about something off camera, like if you don't really got to do the hard work, you know, Esau just panicking right now.
Yeah.
Like you said, they getting old.
Yeah.
They really know this is the end for them, and they feeding. They setting these towers. They got these playing B's and C's. Like we gotta take these Israelites out. What we doing? We just going through the spirit.
Yeah.
They
You going by the.
That's why
It's already here. We know what time it
He
is.
said, take my yoke upon you, for my burden is easy,
Yeah.
and my yoke is light.
It's light. Just do the work.
Yeah.
You know, to the best of your ability. You know, we in this flesh, we do catch hell because you said, tell you much wisdom is much sorrow. Because we know the state that we supposed to be in. We know we're supposed to be out of this corruptible flesh. We sin and we be like, damn, we feel sorry. That's what comes with that. But at the end of the day, when you look at it on a bright side, on a positive side, we in a beautiful position. We gonna be in the kingdom, and this is the most important work. So don't worry about what Esau got on the other side, man. Be good, man. Yeah. Just keep the faith, Lord willing, through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Just had to say that, Akim.
Nah, yeah, because in the
I
ancient
just
world,
when you said that.
you know, when you read like the book of Joshua and stuff, and you know Deuteronomy, that was heavy because the Most High had to actually raise up men of Israel to go to war with the heathen on a physical level. Yeah. And meanwhile, you had like 200 Israelites, 300 Israelites going to war with thousands of heathens. That was
300. That showed it right there.
Yeah.
They was ready to die for it. They already knew, like, it was time to fight for our families and what we believe in. That's it. There's nothing else to talk about.
Yeah, but look at it now. The Most High made it so much easier that all we got to do is teach. We don't have to, like, learn war. We don't have to learn how to make swords and shields. And really, if it was on a physical level today, if the Most High was raising us up like that, we would have to learn how to make missiles. We would have to, like, make our own community and learn how to make missiles to fight against Esau. But the Most High made it so easy that all we got to do is teach. All we got to do is, work out our own salvation with diligence, with fear and trembling. And that alone is just fighting a war. That alone is, taking our enemies out. And then the Lord himself is going to come back and do it physically. He's going to physically fight our battles. See, back then, he never really did that. He just put the spirit on men, and, we had to go out there and fight. Now it's just, all right, I got this. just teach the word. I'm going to fuck them up. I'm going to handle this one. So you really look at it, that's really mercy on a super level, man. You know what I'm saying? That's
and he's still going to raise us up anyway.
Of course,
he's still kick ass. I'm gonna come back and fuck up people up.
Yeah, because
you're
like
gonna get
David,
yours too. That's what you've been through, man.
Yep.
I've been watching it. Nah, I ain't with that, man.
And it's all through pushing the word. But the Lord said, "I'm gonna give you a mouth of wisdom that your average every should not be able to gainsay
nor resist."
Yep. When he told David, he told Peter, "I give you the keys to hell."
Yeah, the keys to the kingdom.
He said, "Son, heavy." Like
not even the gates of hell shall
prevail. Not even the gates of hell shall prevail. That's heavy.
Right. That's through this word. Really the spirit is more powerful than the flesh. So Esau got all the bombs and he got the guns and all of that, but he doesn't have the spirit. And we've always had that. That's why we beat with 300 men. With Gideon, we beat those armies because really the spirit of the Lord was dealing with us. But like I was saying, now it's not really on a physical level. It's more on a spiritual level, which is really easier. It's really an easier thing to battle these spirits and stuff rather than, have to actually give up your life, which we might have to do that too. But we're ready for that because our spirit is built up. Everything is spiritual first. You wanted to say something?
No, I was thinking of Ephesians 6 and 10. We battle spiritual.
Exactly.
The principalities, demons, man. That's what we battling, man. Because they put curses up on us, trying to make us go off and all that other shit. But the Lord's not with it because he said that his men that fight for him, he's gonna stand up for you, man. That's right. All because of what? We keeping the word spiritually, man. Just teaching, not putting hands on people. Right. Just coming out of the scriptures, man. And then everything else, he just gonna. And that's where he step in, man. And put people to death, send them back to the spirit world, or bring their ass back so they can judge them. However you want to do it, you know what I'm saying? It's the most out of the program, man.
Yep, I got 2nd Ezra 6 and 9 real quick.
All right, This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world.
Yeah, the end of the world is not talking about the whole entire earth being blown up. Because that's what these Christians and that's what a lot of alternative media say. That's what they're teaching. Oh, this is the end of humanity. This is it for mankind. No, the end of the world is referring to the so-called white man's empire and his infrastructure, his global power in all these countries going down. That's what that's talking about. Because the scriptures tell you that the earth abideth forever.
That's all.
How is the Lord going to set up the kingdom of heaven if the whole entire earth is going to be blown? That don't make no sense. That's crazy.
That's a fact, bro.
You know?
So what the hell is the salvation then? What is
Yeah,
salvation?
like, you know?
Yeah. It says, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Which is representing the kingdom of heaven. Yahweh's kingdom that the elect of the nation of Israel is going to be joint heirs in. All right? And then later on down the line, 2/3 of the nation of Israel that rejected the Lord on this present time, this present generation that we living in right now, they're going to come back in the kingdom of heaven as newborn babies. And they will be 100% righteous, according to Hebrews, the 8th chapter.
Yep,
Real quick, just to,
31st chapter, too.
okay. Just to prove what you just said, how the earth abideth forever, that's it. This is Ecclesiastes 1 and 4. It says, one generation passed away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
Yeah, so the earth abides forever. The earth is never going to be destroyed.
Yeah.
All right? And in the kingdom of heaven, the earth is going to go back into what? Being a paradise.
Yeah.
Because nobody's not going to be picking up weapons. There's not going to be nuclear missiles. Nations are not going to be warring with each other. But when we first established the kingdom, we all going to have to kick these nations in the ass because they're going to be in the flesh still. They're still going to be sinning.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to destroy their idols. But after a while, those generations, they're going to learn. You know, you're going to have the heathen seed line. They're going to grow up. They're going to learn what? They're going to learn to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, or you're going to perish, according to Isaiah 16:12.
Just like it is on this side. Look
That's
how
right.
Jake got broken in. You know,
Yeah.
in slavery, we was rebelling. You know, we was fighting back for a period of time, and then after a while, look at Jake now. They just willingly
More
subject.
slaves,
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
That's what the heathens is going to have in the kingdom. In righteousness, they're going to have a supreme level of Stockholm syndrome. They're actually going to love, us whooping their ass like that. And they're going to bring their kings. It tells you that in Isaiah the 60th chapter. It's all about slavery, that chapter. It tells you how they're going to be bringing it willingly. And the nation that will not serve thee shall utterly perish. So they're going to want to serve us. Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Why? Because it's going to be through righteousness. It's not going to be with wickedness. Your woman is not going to be bucking up against you. Because guess what? If a heathen come and, my wife is bucking up, what's the law on that? You put her to death.
Basically.
So they're going to love us, man. They're going to, they're going to want to come and bring their kids to us. And they're going to want to keep the law, man.
Same with Esau, like you said. Esau got his unjust laws now, and Jake is broken in. And where they start, the school system, from birth. You pledge allegiance to the flag every day, to a wicked-ass flag, that they break in whatever philosophy that they telling you, you just getting it programmed in your mind. Now to the point, they trying to program our children for this homosexual agenda.
Yeah.
You know?
That's a new thing.
That's the new thing.
Let's get a few more scriptures.
Yeah.
I got it. You got it?
Go ahead.
I got Daniel chapter 7, verse 18, going back to, Jake taking his place over, man. Jacob being the beginning of the kingdom, that's about to come, all right? And it says, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever.
Yeah, so the kingdom of heaven is what? It's going to be an everlasting kingdom, which goes in again into what? The reward that we're going to get. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, beginning with the elect of the nation of Israel, we have an everlasting kingdom coming to us. We're never going to go into captivity again. We're never going to have to see our kids in the condition that they're in. We're never going to have to hear our women back talking to us. That shit is not going to exist in the kingdom of heaven. Our people is going to be 100% righteous. An everlasting kingdom that Yahweh Shai is going to what? Establish on the earth. And this is what we patiently waiting for. This is why we prophesy. This is why you see brothers wake up every Saturday morning. You see a group of men from different walks of life come together to glorify the Lord. Why? Because we believe. We believe in that reward that we're going to get. The 100-fold. The immortality. Because we read the scriptures, right? Romans 15:4, the things written, in the scriptures is written for our learning, roughly paraphrasing. We believe on the stories and the accounts of the men of the Lord. And we believe in this present generation that you so-called white people, the biblical Edomites, your kingdom is going to be destroyed and Yahweh Shai is going to save us by the way of the so-called UFOs. We won't be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction. The Lord hasn't forsaken his people. Why do you think he had Yahweh Shai come in the flesh? He never forsaken his people. Paul tells you that in the book of Romans, the 11th chapter.
Yeah,
you know?
He was an Israelite.
He was
an Israelite of the tribe of Benjamin.
Right.
He was living proof that the Most High didn't forsake his people. Yahweh Shai knocked him off the horse and dealt with him. You know, taught him the truth. And what happened to Paul? He got stoned to death several times. You know, so we read these things, and you know, these Christians, when they read the Bible, they don't really know what they really reading. They don't really take it with, you know, they don't take it like as a reality. They just take it as like a fantasy fiction novel.
They don't take in the whole role.
Yeah.
Because if you took in the whole role, you would see that, for one, that the Lord is only dealing with the Israelites. He ain't coming back to save everybody. He was dealing with particular people. When Yahweh Shai was on the scene, he was dealing with the 12. All right. He said it was given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it's not given. Yep. So how could you try to push the so-called Christian doctrine on everybody, on the whole entire planet, when the Lord Himself said it's only given unto certain people? You know, it was a sect. It was the elect within the elect. The elect being the nation of Israel, but then the prophets that was supposed to get this vision to give it to the other people, to give it to the rest of the nation of Israel. All right, because it's really the front line, 144,000. It says, surely the Lord do nothing but reveal His secrets to His servants, the prophets. The prophets supposed to go out on the highways and the byways and give it to the rest of the nation, to the believers that's going to believe. You know, and to the rest of the prophets that's going to come in and become teachers. And then the ones that believed on the word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai through the prophets, those are the ones that's going to be delivered and their families.
That's how it always was. It's always been like that. It's never changed. You know, through the Babylonian captivity, the Assyrian captivity, Israel always kept getting destroyed. But who was the one that was spared? Daniel, you know, Ezekiel, Jeremiah. These men were the ones that the Most High had mercy on because they were the ones that followed His ways.
It was always the men. Noah. Noah. It was because of Noah's righteousness that, you know,
he built the ark. You know, in faith and fear. You know, he got delivered in his family, man. That's right.
And that's spiritual, because what did the angel tell Cornelius? You and your household.
Exactly.
He's an Israelite. So you brothers that got, you know, children, you know, you men of the nation of Israel that have children, look, Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua will deliver you and your kids. And your woman too. If she's, you know, she's a part of the elect. Because how are these women going to get saved? They're going to get saved through the man. Through childbearing. So this is important that you men of the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, it's important that you repent and you believe and you do the works of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua, which is to what? Prophesy the scriptures, to say something before it's going to happen, to link the world and current events with the scriptures, and to do these videos and come out on the highways and byways. Especially if you have a family. You don't want your child to be destroyed. You know you don't want that. You probably got a woman that you really love. You don't want her to be burnt the hell up because you fucking lazy, you slacking, you a sluggard. You don't want that to happen. So it's important that you men of the nation of Israel glorify Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua to the best of your ability, and the Lord will deliver you and your families. That's all.
That was it.
All right, so
you good? So with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai B'Shem Rakah Kodash.
Want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Baba Bo.
Baba Bo.